Alright, let's jump on in. We're going to play a quick game of chess. Quick meaning 20 minutes. We are the Black Pieces. Playing against Coolio. Oh, no way! Jesus. I always figured he was a bit of a chess man. Ever since Gangster's Paradise. Because what more could a chessboard be described as other than a gangster's paradise? Right, let's get down to business here. We are playing a Sicilian, an open Sicilian. Very classical game here. In this position, I like to make this little move. Just a little baby boy move. You play e6 here with the idea of hoping they'll fall into, if you put your bishop here, then this pawn is being defended by a pinned piece. It doesn't. They don't normally fall for it so much anymore. Not in the old 1600s, but it could be worse. It could definitely be a worse position. Now, two options here are push, or else just straight away knight there. And straight away knight there is not great. So, do we just do this instead? If we push, then we have takes, maybe takes, but that's the end of that, and it's all square. If they push, we just take. Okay, that's fine. They'll probably castle now. Okay, so they do take. Now we can do this. I'd be half tempted to take back with the queen. Would you believe? Okay, they don't even take. They didn't have to. I think now is the time to castle. Yep, that's fine. Also fine. I think now we'll take. This bishop, pinning this knight to this bishop is doing nothing for us. We could drop back the bishop, actually. Yeah, we could definitely drop back that bishop. Trading. Yeah, I don't know what trading does for us, actually. They'll just take with the bishop, and then they got a really nice bishop. Where to drop back to? Here looks good. Let's do it. Eventually we can come here, or still have the flexibility to go here. But I wanted, before I moved here, I didn't want to get my queen's way, because still got 1, 2 defending him, 3 at the moment. And if this bishop moves, then they'll have 1, 2, 3. So we need to keep that line of communication between our queen and our knight. We don't need to do it so much anymore, but I still just want to drop back here. Let's drop back here. I think that wins this pawn, because he's going to have to go somewhere. I mean, unless we do something mental like this. Going off the rails. The boys are out tonight. That was no good because this bishop remains here. Although, I suppose it could be worse. Let's just drop the knight back, I think. This is going to fall. And we fall behind. Oh, we fall way behind, actually. We're in trouble here. The 1700s might have to wait for another evening, folks. Another many evenings. That's going to fall. This is the only response. We're only a pawn down. Let's not be melodramatic. melodramatic. Well, you say that, and then something like that happens, and you're fairly goosed. So we've got bang, being attacked here once, August twice. Can't shift the rook across because of the bishop, so I think this is a nice double trouble. I've drawn a line there to show that my queen is attacking the bishop. It's the extent of my plan. I mean, we've also got something like this, and then, or even something like this, and then hey. Okay, a brief reprieve. A brief reprieve. And I think time to bolster up this D file. Now we've got a nice little intermezzo move here, which I like. That's going to be check, so we'll at least get a pawn back before we claim their queen back. Oh, and another intermezzo, you're kidding me. Look at that. I think we can get this rook out of trouble for free. If I'm not mistaken. I don't see any perilous way that they can defend against that. We're going to clear out our back rank for sure. Is there any forkage? No forking way. Let's check. And now, at long last, we can take the queen back. And all of a sudden, we're up a pawn. After that explosive exchange. Gotta watch our back rank, though. For sure, gotta watch our back rank. Do we just have to give the pawn back? Or better yet, I like that. I can live with that. This pawn's still in double trouble, but it's in single defendal. Do we take back? Do we take back? If we take, rook steams on in, and then we take this one, we're in a kind of an end game. I kind of like this. I could live with this. What about you, sir? Just tickle the rook. This guy's fine. This guy's fine. It's this fella I'm worried about, to be honest. Yeah. They want to be very careful here not to get mated in one. I don't believe they have been. Whoa, that's a nice little one. Ho ho ho. Okay, smashing, grabbing, all the wonders of the chessboard. The gangster's paradise indeed. Ho ho. I don't know if we deserve that one, but that's not how chess works. You deserve the games you win. Let's just have a look at what exactly just happened. So we played a Sicilian, all pretty standards. I'm not even going to get the computer to analyse this because it just makes me feel sadder. You should do that if you want to get better at chess, but you don't have to. We'll drop the bishop back here. So this was all fine. Okay, this one we got a little... I imagine there was better ways for both of us to play at this stage. This knight, the pressure became too great with this single pawn attacking it. But there's these guys waiting in the wings to attack it. So rather than move it, I did this. And this is one that I think Gotham Chess taught me, Levi Rosman, where he said, create a threat of equal or greater danger. Now in this case this was wrong because the knight could move here, was protected by the bishop. So is that what happened? That is what happened. So we just moved our knight anyway and we lost this pawn. And you'll remember from just a few moments ago, I was pretty downbeat about the whole thing. I thought we were going to lose, to be honest, and that was true until the very last move. This pawn then became the focus of all of the eligible bachelors in the area. And we somehow managed to hold on. That bishop move, I mean, yeah, they had to go somewhere. Doubled up. I kind of was actually just wanted to put a bit more pressure on this bishop. Again, only one defender. And gets out of the way. And this is where it all sort of got very explosive. And we managed to turn the tide back in our favour. So bishop takes bishop. And again, that bishop had just exposed the queen to our queen. The queen's exposing each other, and that move to, you know, double our queen and our rook on the d file actually ends up being pretty saucy because of what is known as an intermezzo move, or a Zwischenzug in German, where you make an intermediate move. Obviously we're going to capture back this queen, but always be on the lookout. Checks have to be responded first. That is like setting a fire in their kitchen. It doesn't matter if their phone's ringing, that's what they have to do first. So we do so, and we take the pawn here in check. We're still going to lose this bishop, but we were going to anyway, because after we take the queen back, we're not threatening anything else. In fact, that rook needs to do more defending. King takes, and because the king took, which again, pretty necessary to do so, because otherwise, you know, if king just tucks back in here or here, we just take the rook. Maybe he could have moved. Computer knows better. That actually brings the king to this second rank, which gives us another intermezzo. Double trouble. Zwischenzug. Zwischenzei? I've no idea how to speak German. That's not how plural works. King drops back. We finally take the queen. And then I was pretty stumped here because it doesn't look like a traditional back rank mate. And this topic will become very important in just a few moves. But our back rank is still pretty vulnerable because of this knight here, which is going absolutely nowhere for the time being. So if this, you know, trade happens, bang, bang, they've got mate in one unless we sort our act out pretty quickly. So I was pretty happy with this, doubling on the d file. They trade off rooks, which again wins them a pawn in the short term, which, you know, I think we're equal material at this stage. They win that back. We just take this pawn. Now at this stage, this is where I thought they were going to win. Bishops in the endgame generally a little bit faster than knights. This pawn has a little bit of a clearer path, and even look up to this point I was like, okay, there's probably ways that they can just sort of progress on. But with this bishop leaving here, one thing I did notice, because it had just been brought to my attention with their knight here, is if I put my knight here, that essentially puts the king back in his back rank tomb with an invisible piece in here. And they try to get out of it, but they sort of miss the wood from the trees by playing h3 here. But the fun thing with knights is they can go in many different directions, including here and here. So that back rank is still intact here. They've nothing back that's going to be in time to block, and that was checkmate. Really fun game up until this bishop move. And probably even here, I thought we were going to lose, and then we didn't. And there's many games that will go the other way, so I'm going to relish this one that went our way. That's going to be all for today, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Very fun game. All the best, and enjoy your chess. Feel free to subscribe and like if you would like to, or subscribe to.